What is the installation method? Is it legal? Then what exactly is illegal installation? Take this one for example, the ROG Spring White All-in-One. Can you guess its price? It's under 10,000 yuan, can you believe it? But some of you might say again, isn't this just another flashy PC with a mediocre build hiding a bunch of outdated components? Well, let me tell you about this PC. Its CPU's gaming performance is on par with the latest i9, and the graphics card boasts semi-heritage from the ROG 1490. The case and water cooling are part of the newly launched R5 setup, ensuring excellent overall gaming performance. At 2K resolution, every game runs smoothly, some even hit 400 or 500 frames. Plus, we've designed a glass-free exterior for this ROG All-in. Now, let's not keep things in suspense. Let's analyze how to assemble such a setup with the lowest budget. First, the case must stand out. After all, it represents the build's exterior. So, we chose Asus' newly launched revamped Thor case. Compared to the previous generation, the new Thor case doesn't differ much in size or structure. The key improvements are in the finer details. For example, the PCIe rear slots now feature quick-release thumb screws, allowing you to install a graphics card without tools. Definitely a big plus. Secondly, the case's cooling setup has been upgraded across the board. Previously, Thor's front panel was a glass sheet, leading to limited airflow from the top and bottom, which could feel a bit stifling. This time, it's upgraded to a perforated metal panel, significantly improving airflow. The metal panel also has an upgraded dust filter, which not only reduces wind noise, but also keeps the temperature lower. Once you remove the dust filter, you'll find the 4 included fans have also been upgraded, offering improved airflow and pressure over the previous generation. The only drawback, no RGB lighting. Hopefully Asus can release an RGB fan version for users to choose from. The I/O section has also been upgraded, now featuring 4 USB-A and 2 20 Gbps Type-C ports. In summary, the new Thor case retains its iconic look while incorporating many user-friendly details. After 6 years on the market, its sales still dominate the high-end case category. Plus, we've done custom designs for over 500 builds based on its exterior.
It's enough to prove how appealing the Sun God case looks. This time we paired it with an EVA-themed setup. When the new Sun God customized case version is launched, it will be up for sale. If interested, check out our official store. Now, after observing the looks, let's discuss the configuration. The CPU used is the ES version of the WRT900KF Q0 NWR, priced at only 1,300 yuan. And no, this isn't the bogus i9 some dubious vendors claim to sell. It genuinely performs at the level of the 3900KF. For specific details, you can check out my video about the ES CPUs. In terms of performance, it's almost identical to the original version. After using this ES processor intensively for a year, aside from some minor bugs inherent in ES chips, it's pretty much just a slightly weaker 13900KF. Plus, since it's an ES version, you don't need to worry about thermal throttling. Next up is the choice of motherboard. Firstly, it must look great, and the price-performance ratio has to be top-notch. Moreover, the build quality and performance cannot be overlooked. Considering all this, we finally chose a 3-year-old Z690 Aorus Snow Eagle from Y-File. For slightly over 800 yen, it perfectly supports the Q0 NetW chip. Additionally, as the first-generation Snow Eagle board for the LGA 1700 socket, its aesthetics still hold strong. As for memory, we directly went with a set of Acer 3616G X2. On the DDR4 platform, these are the best Samsung bin chips you can find. Looking at this, I think everyone can already see the immense potential of this platform. Later on, I'll test and show you its overclocking performance. For the PSU, since we're overclocking anyway, I just went with a random white 1000 WF1. Moving on to the GPU, why say it has half the pedigree of a 4090? Well, that's because this time, the GPU we're using is equipped with a cooling system originally from a 4090 White Edition. Volume-wise, would you say it's half? Actually, most 4090s nowadays have removed the core and switched to the 48G reference version. Therefore, on platforms like Wi-Fi, 4090 cooling systems are quite cheap. You can check them out yourself. As for the cooler we used in the White Edition, underneath it is a 3080 TUF PCB. How was it modified? Watch the video clip. Now, let's thoroughly examine this 3080 to explore whether it might be modified into a 4090 White Edition model. First, I'd like to go over the size comparison with you. Notably, this one is smaller by quite a bit. Experts claim it's lossless to modify, correct? Let's investigate that ourselves. First off, we'll set aside the 4090 White Raptor cooler and proceed with disassembly. Right, we've taken apart all the elements from the PCB, and now, let's unearth the truth. Will this work, and can we successfully attach the component? Honestly, I'm getting a rather uneasy hunch regarding this process. A few moments.
It's later, I knew it wouldn't be that simple for the positioning hole here. From my side, it doesn't align either. Now, we gave it our best shot. Moreover, we are excited to share some positive updates. The good news is, as you can see, this interface cable here is universal. We can plug it in directly, and I believe the distance between the lines should be fine. But the bad news is, this positioning gap is entirely off. Finally, we've chosen to use a touch of superpower magic to make some adjustments. And the effect after the modification, it's like this. What do you guys think? Also, a big thanks to the beginner craftmaster on Bilibili. If you have any card modification needs, you can check out their Bilibili account. First, let's go over what we modified here. Starting with the core area, we added a flat base plate for installation purposes. However, the consequence is that the back plate protruded quite a bit. Let's show you all. As you can see, it's pretty noticeable. But since this card is mounted with plastic, the overall effect is not significantly impacted. Another modification is the power interface. Since this is an 8-layer PCB board with a 2P power connector, a section of the middle frame had to be cut. Lastly, there's the lighting modification. Originally, the lighting couldn't connect to the PCB. So what did we do? Well, we modified a 53-pin connector at the bottom. Later, we'll directly connect it to the motherboard. So that's the modification part of this graphics card. The remaining budget was allocated for a water cooler, specifically the ROG Rio 4 curved screen liquid cooler. After all, since the CPU is a powerhouse and needs overclocking, the cooler can't be subpar. Well, that's it. The assembly of this PC is complete. How would you rate this cost-effective R5G build? Additionally, we tested some commonly played games. Starting with online games, you can see that the frame rates for these 3 popular games are excellent. Running on a 2K 240Hz monitor is no problem at all. Even the frame rates for AAA games are very decent. Considering this is an older 30 series GPU without DLSS support, it's quite impressive. Next, we overclock this PC and see how much more frame rate improvement we can achieve. As you can see, the overall boost is significant, with an increase of about 10% to 30%. With this in mind, this setup's playability is quite high. Moreover, with our robust cooling, the hardware temperatures remain manageable even after overclocking. Well, who still dares to say blade mods are useless, right? Alright, that's all for this video. Would you choose this kind of modified installation for your PC? Of course, if you'd like to see more shenanigans videos like this, remember to like, comment and subscribe. This is the AECG Design Research Society and I'm Woo Run Kun. See you in the next video.